Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you guys know this guy.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
All right, so you guys are watching this. It's 2019. It's pretty crazy. It's been quite the year.
Wow.
Some of you guys, if you follow me on other social channels, might be thinking it's a little weird that I'm recording, or if you know me in my personal life. And I wasn't sure if I was going to record a video like this. As a lot of you guys know, my father passed away over the holiday, which was really, I mean, it is really tough, obviously still. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to be like, oh my gosh, hey guys, like, or if I wanted to record or, you know, post videos or anything, but this is a tradition, and I know that that's something that he would have wanted me to continue. I don't think he wants my life to get disrupted, and he definitely doesn't want me to feel sad. So we're here to reflect on the highs, the lows. It's what we do every year. Hopefully people will be nice to us in this video for once, because usually people hate these videos.
Whoa, that's not surprising at all.
It goes without saying that, like, losing my father was a major low in 2018. Probably a major low, like the biggest low I've ever experienced in my life. I definitely have a lot to say. I've been writing a lot and processing a lot, but for now, that's all I'm really gonna say. But obviously that was a major low. It was sudden, it was a shock, it was complicated, it is complicated. But do we want to talk about our highs and lows? What are some of your, I'll talk about the highs in a second, but do you have a low you want to share, or
I mean,
a high?
it's definitely that, you know, because it was so sudden, and, you know, just seeing you and your family go through that. Yeah, that, I mean, nothing compares to that. Anything else is just, you know, sort of kind of trivial and ridiculous, you know.
Everything matters still, but it is funny because when I was looking at like old videos or old posts that I've written, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm sitting here like it was such a hard year because I like, I don't know, had moved, you know, or like did something, like broke up with a boyfriend, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like girl, like
speaking of moves,
that was a high, I would say.
Brand new locale. Yeah. If you haven't noticed.
I think this is our first video together.
This is our first video together.
That wasn't like a vlog. Yeah. So that's definitely a big high for me. Moving. It's funny because before I lost my dad, I was like getting my end of the year. So we lost him the day after Christmas. So I was like getting all my end of the year content ready and like Instagram captions written. And I was like, 2018, I think, was the best year of my life because there was just so many good things. And like, I feel like we did so many, not just good things, like moving is a good thing, but we did like epic stuff. Like we did like bucket list stuff. Paris comes to mind. Oh man, both life changing.
Both London and Paris. Yeah. I think the funny thing with the both of us, just speaking of travel in general, but I think both of us more so anticipated Paris being more intimidating than what it really was.
I expected to not like it as much. Like I expected to like it in the romantic, like the romanticized way, like ooh Paris. But like I didn't expect to really like it and like see myself being able to live there someday. Yeah, or, like see ourselves fitting in there. You know. Yeah,
the day-to-day stuff is what made it sort of special and what made it cool. And I'm happy that we did it like the Airbnb way. Like we got an Airbnb in a neighborhood. We didn't really stay like in a main strip area. We didn't stay in any of like any of the hot, you know, locales, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We didn't stay in Le Marais like everybody told us to, you know, so Le Marais. Yeah. It was really cool.
It was great
that we could experience that.
I am sad to be leaving 2018 because I'm sad to be leaving the year that I went to Paris. Honestly, like it's crazy. Yeah. Well, I was until things happened.
Of course.
Changed. But that was definitely a high. I mean, I think like all of the travel that we did, I don't want to spend this whole video talking about travel because I actually want to do a separate video on our travels, just like a little compilation, like highlight. Yeah. But I think we traveled the most we ever have. I know I have.
I definitely
most in my life ever. We went to Vegas, we went to Paris, we went to Southern California, we went to
London,
Boston,
we went to Boston,
like, all over the place. Very fortunate.
Yeah.
And that was definitely a high. Anything else we have to say on highs? Anything non-travel or moving related?
I mean, you know, I definitely, for me, would say a high for me is just like, you know, my professional life.
Yes. How could I forget? Gosh, I'm so rude. I was going to cut you off and just quit going.
No, but it's funny. So, you know, if you guys that follow Latasha's channel, I appear you know,
Sometimes.
randomly. And what I did before was I worked with youth in the city of Detroit. I helped run an after school program and worked at a rec center. It was very fulfilling work. I would have never left that job unless it was a reason for me to really leave that job. And that was to follow my dream of being in video games journalism, which literally is like boyhood dream, like why I went to college and stuff, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So now I do that full time with Checkpoint XP. Our company was acquired by Beasley Media Group.
Link down below.
That's who we are now. So that's my full time job now. I still volunteer from time to time in a sort of like a advisory role with the after school program. So I'm still involved with the youth, just in a different capacity. So that would definitely be probably my highest high.
Yeah, it's cool that I'm glad that you brought up like career stuff too, because I had a lot of career highs, honestly. Like when I think about it, I can't believe, you guys, that my podcast is not even a year old yet. Isn't that weird? Like I swear I was like, oh no, I started that in like 2017 or 2016.
No, it's not a year old yet.
It started on January 25th or something like that. I'm gonna do a video on podcasting, I think, once I'm back to a regular filming schedule and stuff. But what I was gonna say though, sorry, that wasn't. I'm not trying to like brag about podcasting or anything. Like, actually, I think one of my biggest accomplishments is that I didn't immediately think about career. And like this year, I feel like I have been prioritizing personal life so much more than ever before, at least like since I've been out of college and stuff, and really ever, to be honest with you. And that's been really cool. Like, I mean, I took trips for fun, like literally, like not to go visit a client, not to like whatever, like I did stuff for fun. And I kind of just stopped caring. Like I obviously still care very deeply about my career, but like, it's usually not the end of the world. Like if you take a day off, it's usually not the end of the world. You know what I mean? And I think that I've really gotten better at that. I've gotten better at leaning on people in times like this, especially when I'm going through stuff. Like, take care of yourself, you know?
And like for me, it's the exact opposite too. Like it's you know, Norris, you could work a little harder. Like, I not to say that I was a slacker, but just seeing you and your work ethic, and you know, I tell you this a million times, but seeing how you worked and your work ethic, you know, let me know that I can do more with my 24 hours. Not necessarily work myself to the bone, but I could just, it's the small things, you know, doing sort of the extra small thing during the day that makes tomorrow a little bit easier to deal with. Yeah. I think it's something I learned from you in 2018 more than any other year. So I think I really appreciate seeing you do what you do.
Thanks.
So we had some resolutions in 2017 or predictions.
Yeah. Oh, the prediction.
Did any of those predictions come true? So mine was, will you get paid to travel? Well, we will get paid to travel. Both of us did that. Me multiple times.
Yeah. He's like Mr. Jet Setter over here. I got to go to Orlando, which was cool. I got to go to a really cool marketing conference. Honestly, it was like one of the best conferences I've ever been to. So that was awesome.
And that's getting paid to travel.
And it's like I would never go to Orlando like on my own. Like I'm not into like Disney and stuff. Like that's somewhere I'd never go. So I actually love traveling for work in that way.
But didn't you go to Pittsburgh this year too?
Oh shoot, I went to Pittsburgh too. Yeah, that was an in and out trip, but that was cool. But like way back in the day, I went to Nashville for the first time in the same capacity, and I was like, Nashville, I don't want to go there. And I loved it, you guys. So I love getting to travel like that. So that was cool. What was your other prediction?
Well, the other prediction wasn't necessarily mine. It was yours. It was Beyonce will put out an album, which she did. It was a joint album with Jay, but she did put out an album.
I knew it was time. What about, were there any like, and I don't want to go through every single like goal or resolution that we had, but was there anything that you remember sticking out to you that you had that you did or did not accomplish?
Not really. I mean, I think a big part of me was seeing where Checkpoint could go, and now seeing where it's gone and where it could go. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, what about you?
I wrote down a list. I watched my video the other day and wrote it down. Launch my podcast, relaunch my course. Those are both things that I accomplished. I think one thing that I didn't accomplish is fully figuring out my branding for like all my different businesses that I own. In fact, I only complicated it a little bit more because I technically kind of started a new business with my friend. So that's still on the docket. But I'm actually going to do a podcast, I think, about business goals and like revisiting those. So if you guys want to get more in the nitty gritty with that, stay tuned for that. The Freelance Friday podcast relaunching soon. Season 3 will be up soon. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll probably take a little bit of longer break than expected, but it should be up by like February or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think I was pretty dang focused. Like, I would say.
She was, yeah.
I would say. But I definitely do need to still figure out my branding. It's like, I wish I just had the Instagram username Latasha James. Like, everyone's like, A Journey East? Are you a spice company? Like, literally, I'm like, because there's a spice company. I think it's called Far East Seasonings or something like that. Anyway.
What?
Yeah.
That's not even sound the same.
Okay, what about stuff that we liked? What were we into this year?
Definitely, you know, more esports for me. This year was probably one of the dopest video game years, like, ever. I can't remember ever playing this many video games, spending as much money on video games, getting as many video games for free. But that's work stuff, so I understand that. But I mean, Black Panther came out.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was pretty revolutionary for me because that was something that I never thought I would see, like, in my lifetime, honestly. But what else? Like, what albums were you listening to? Well, Casey.
You did that. You did that.
Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. I discovered Casey Musgraves this year. I never heard of her before, and I started listening to some of her older. Well, the first song I ever heard was High Horse.
Yeah.
But then I started going back, like, and listening to her older stuff, which I really like. It's very country. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I do like country music quite a bit. But her new album is like country infused pop, and it's like dream. It's so
kinda
good,
shoegazy.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
And it got nominated for Album of the Year. Won the CMA Album of the Year. So she's one to watch, you guys. It's a great album, even if you don't like country music. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And I was just saying this in the car the other day. My other favorite musical discovery of 2018 is Snow the Product, who's a complete opposite, like country and rap, but she is a Mexican American rap artist, and she's great. Like, I love her. She doesn't have a full length album. She only has like an EP or something. I need it. Like, I need it. She's so good. There's a song that you really like. It's called Waste of Time. It's like very like 90s R&B inspired, I think, feeling.
Her flow is nuts.
It's sick.
It, though. It's nuts. Sick. So I really like that song.
And then there's another song called I can't speak Spanish. Nuestra Canción, our song, and it's like Spanglish. Like, she's like rapping in Spanglish, and I'm just like, oh, it sounds so good. Like, I need all of my rap music to be in Spanglish.
I mean, and that's dope too, because like, you discovered her when we were in California.
Yeah,
and we were hanging out. So like,
and then I went to Puerto Rico. She's Mexican American, but like, I went to Puerto Rico later, so I was like speaking Spanish, and I was like, yeah, like, I just I don't know, it like reignites like the memory when you start listening to music in a certain language. I feel like it like jump starts your memory of that language as a whole, for me at least.
No, I think that's totally true.
I felt a little more prepared for San Juan.
Dig it.
All right. Yeah, those are kind of like my favorite things. I don't feel like we binge watched the Clinton affair.
Oh yeah,
which is so good. If you guys are political junkies like us, so good.
I do notice that. Like, the things we watch the most together are mostly either the news, House Hunters, and like political documentaries and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think those are kind of like my highlights, my major highlights. It was weird, like I said in the beginning of the video, I just feel like this was kind of like an epic year, and I had like such a great year. It was just so weird because last year at this time I was dealing with like really bad anxiety and like just like not feeling it, and I felt so different this year up until December. And I don't know, I feel like the universe works in weird ways, and I really do, like, not to get like too deep or anything, but I honestly do feel like losing my dad, like, it couldn't have happened at this time last year, because I think I would have lost it. Like, I think I would have like
had a breakdown.
Like, literally had a mental breakdown. And obviously it's so hard. Like, I'm not like saying it's not and it's not sad or whatever, but I think that, I don't know, like, it doesn't take away from the good that you experience. Like, just because a bad thing, a really terrible thing, the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life happened, it doesn't mean that I can't appreciate all other, 364 days leading up to that. and like the great things that happened. And I think that, I don't know, I just think it's important to remember that. Like, I think it's easy to get like weighted down by like, and again, like it's totally understandable to get weighted down by that. I'm not pretending like I'm okay. I'm not okay. Like, absolutely. Like, this is probably the last video I'm going to film for a while, to be honest. But I think it's easy to like let that just like cloud your entire year or entire like life. And it's like, again, like that's not what he wanted. Like, I know that. And I know that he knew also that I was like in a really good place, and that makes me feel good.
Yes.
Like, he got to meet you, and he was always like asking me about you, and I think he knew that I was, you know, good and like taken care of and all that. So,
well, that's what I'm here for. I would have to say, you know, 2018 was a really dope year. I hope 2019 is just as good, but ends much better.
It's gonna be better.
It's gonna be better no matter what. And you know, on top of that, I really hope that we continue to grow together, you and I, and, you know, continue to grow professionally and emotionally and all that good stuff.
And I hope you guys do too. And I want to thank you guys for an amazing year. You guys are awesome. Seriously, like, I am just so lucky to have you guys through the good and the bad. So thank you. Except for those of you guys who dislike every single one of my videos for no reason. You guys can just do something
2019 else. Check on your strong friends.
Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing start to 2019. Thanks for watching.
Happy New Year.
I already said that, but Happy New Year. Bye.